Imagine?
Oh man, I love hearing that song. And it takes me back to when I used to go to this little club for heroes in Ware. I think my mate
In
Kev,
where?
in Ware in
Oh, in
Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire.
So I lived in Hertfordshire. I was just at art college,
Yeah.
bopping away to that tune at the Club for Heroes in Ware that my mate Kev used to run every week. And I love that track, and I remember seeing them on Top of the Pops, and they've made loads of great records and I love them all, but there's always got to be a favourite, and for me that's that one.
So that was 1980 before you'd released anything?
Yeah, so that was 1980, and just shortly after that my life just got completely turned around. Met Mickie Most, my brother and my father wrote Kids in America. I mean, the whole thing happened very quickly, so within a year of like watching Top of the Pops every Thursday night I was on it.
So your dad, obviously huge pop star. Was it always a given that's what you would do? Had you been working on it for a long time, or what?
I think in my mind, in my heart and in my head, I suppose so in many ways, although I never had any great urge to be famous, although I did have this urge to be on Top of the Pops. So I'm not quite sure how I sort of put square in the circle on that one, but anyway, I kind of fancied being a session singer because my mum had been a session singer. I knew they earned a few quid, and plus I knew how to sing harmonies, so I thought, well, that all sounds good to me. I didn't have big ambitions to be a big famous star, but I took to it like a duck to water, Gary, I can tell you that.
Clearly. So we started the show with Kids in America, the song that really kicked everything off for you. What was that first Top of the Pops performance or appearance like when you performed Kids in America on the show?
You know, it was terrifying because obviously this was a show I'd watched since I was 8 or 9 years old. So to suddenly be on it, I remember Madness were on it, I think, and I was pretty overawed by that bunch of guys. Yeah, I was really starstruck. And actually, if you look at the performance, I looked pretty static, actually, and that was really fear. It wasn't me being cool at all, but everyone thought I was being cool.
Well, me looking at it, falling in love with you, I thought, she looks really cool.
Oh, bless you, G.
So, 40 years, you're about to go on tour, 40-year plus tour.
Yeah.
Did you imagine then, when you were doing Kids in America, 40 years later, you'd still be as big as ever?
I just don't know, is the answer to that. I just don't know. I've always been really good at just sort of, especially these days, just kind of taking one day at a time. I think I was quite good at doing that then, but I'm extremely good at doing it now. I don't know, I never used to think about the future too much. I used to just get on with each day and enjoy it all. But being on Top of the Pops really was a huge thrill always. You know, to get that slot on Top of the Pops on a Thursday night was just like winning the lottery.
And listen, your career is like winning the lottery. 17 top 40 hits, 8 of those top 10, over 10 million albums and 20 million singles sold worldwide, a Best British Female Brit Award, and you won Most Fanciful Female twice in the Smash Hits Readers'
Hey!
Poll.
There you go, I knew I'd arrived. With that hand. Oh gosh, Smash Hits. I still keep a lot of those, a copy of those magazines. They're precious documents, aren't they? I always remember Claire Grogan from Altered Images. She took a very good front cover on Smash Hits, and I was well gelled. And then there was that gorgeous one of Toya. There was a stunning one of her. I just absolutely adore all of these girls. You know, I get to work with them quite a lot these days and bump into them, and you know, we were there then and we're still there now, loving what we do. It's wonderful.
So tonight, obviously, we're playing a lot of your songs, but we're also playing songs that you love too.
Yeah.
Tell us about this next one, Fade to Grey, Visage, and why you chose it.
Well, you know, this song was right at the beginning of my career. I think it was 1980, right at the beginning, a bit like to cut a long story short. Just love the atmosphere on this song, and Steve was an incredibly enigmatic person on video. When you got to meet him, he was so normal and so friendly, and such a gorgeous man, and I really did love Steve very, very much. And I remember him taking me out on a few dates into a few clubs in the early 80s, you know, helping me to learn the lie of the land.
Well, he certainly knew the cool places to go to, didn't he?
He did, yeah. And he was such a bunch of fun, bless that man.
All right, we'll play it now. Visage, Fade to Grey.